You're about to see probably the fastest presentation of iBoomerang you've ever seen, okay? Now, here's what I'm gonna tell you is we are gonna talk a little bit about earning some money here, but there are no guarantees, so you should read this disclaimer when you get a chance, pause this video and so on, and you can check it out. Now, what I'm gonna tell you is this, is the majority of people taking a look at this are getting involved because our model works, okay? But most people don't have a good taste in their mouth from what they've experienced in network marketing before. The reason that we are significantly different, and you can actually look up the hashtag just different, is we have created what we call a perpetual residual income builder, or PRIB for short, meaning we are creating multiple verticals for people to make money on the same customers. And as you're going to see, that the majority of people who are getting involved here are just looking to supplement their income. Now, in the old way of networking, what you're going to see is that most customers pay more for products they can get on Amazon or at the store, and companies put those prices usually higher due to the fact they have to justify commissions. And mostly only the strong recruiters win. In our model, what makes us unique is when you're going to go, as I go through this, you're going to see that our customers and you only make money when customers save money. So it's a win-win situation. Now, how we're bringing this to the kind of the market is we're starting with the travel industry. Now, the travel is just our flagship vertical because it's such a massive industry. It's an $8 trillion industry, which is just kind of hard to comprehend. Over $2 billion a day in the United States alone is spent. Now, what's going on right now in the industry is the fact that there are two companies currently monopolizing everything, Expedia Group and Booking Holdings. Now, how it works real quick and what this page means is parity just means that they mark the prices up and they keep them the same because Expedia actually owns all of these companies and Bookings owns all of these companies. So when a normal person goes online and shops and they see a Travelocity price at one thing, Hotwire at the other, maybe one's cheaper, they think they're actually getting a savings, but in fact what they're doing is they're just getting a shell game going on with Expedia. We use our own platform privately called Extreme Travel, which is an 18-year-old company who's won just about every award you can think of in the travel space. They have booked over $1 billion in bookings, and literally there's over $70 million worth of savings has been passed on. How we are doing this and where the money comes out for you is you actually have the ability to give someone a free code so that they can actually set up and create their own free travel booking platform, which are going to save plenty of money if they go on there and look, and you make 50% on anything they save. Now, as examples right here, here's an Expedia hotel. This is an apples to apples comparison. Same hotel, same place, same weekend, that kind of thing. On Expedia, it was $339. Our price was $178. That means they saved $161. Now, if that was your customer, you would have earned 50% of that, okay? So that's about, what is that, a few bucks. On the Paris, France hotel, exact same thing on Travelocity, $440. Over here is $130. That's $310 savings. You know, that's $150 plus commission you just put in your pocket for literally giving somebody something for free that they could use. Now, we also do rental cars as well, and you just anywhere you see on these slides, you see savings, that means 50% would go into your pocket. Now you can find, or you can get back with the person that got you on here, and you'll see that these savings things, these are everywhere now. You can find tons of these online that people have posted, but these are actual savings reservations, what they look like when a customer gets one. But that means savings here would have, if it was your customer, you would have made 50% of that, 50% of that, 50% of that, and 50% of that, okay? So it's a really simple way to supplement your income. And in addition to the hotels, we do rental cars, cruises, flights, homes, weeks, marketplace, and timeshares, as well as all these other things. And the nice thing, besides it being free for a customer, is the fact that we have a 110% price guarantee. Now, the name of kind of the play on words, why we call ourselves iBoomerang, is we literally just throw out savings and money comes back. And again, we give you you get the 50% of the savings that you help your customers with. Now, we are called Travel Savings Ambassadors, those of us who've chosen to do this as a business. There are two ways to look at this company or become part of it. You can just be a customer and save money and enjoy the platform, or you have the ability to earn money by becoming a TSA. All you would do, same examples, is anytime you give somebody a website, they save money, you make money. Now, as an example, if you had 10 customers, they're saying right now the algorithms and all the data shows them the average customer savings per year is about $600. That means it's a total savings of $6,000. Again, you're making 50% of that. For 10 customers through the year, you would have increased your income or added an additional supplemental income of $3,000. Well, what if you went out and got a little more aggressive and you got 100 customers? Same exact math, that would have been a $30,000 increase. We actually have people that have already acquired over 1,000 customers. And if you look at the math for that right there of 300,000, you can definitely see that there's something to be had here. Okay. And I'm going to show you some stats here at the end to back up everything I'm saying that the company put out. Okay. Now you can build a team here as well, which means, because if anybody refers somebody that brings in customers, they want to compensate you for that because those customers would not have been acquired without the word of mouth model that we use. Now, if you build a team of 50 people that had 10 customers each, that means your team would have accumulated over 500 customers. Again, same average customer savings. They actually throw in almost that whole $600 in savings as a 10% override commission that you can get, meaning a team of 50 with 10 customers each of 500, you would have supplemented your income by another 20 grand, and that is above and beyond the actual customer savings you would get. In this scenario right here, a team of 250, you'd make 103,000, and a team of 1,000 with 10,000 customers under you over 400,000. Okay, so as you can see, there's some significant ways to get involved. Now, here's what I'm going to kind of roll with here is people how we get the codes that we give away to become customers is we buy packages. Okay, you can pick whatever package you choose, and there is a little commission if you actually refer somebody that purchases one. You make 10% of the commissionable volume on that, and that actually goes into what we call a dual team, and you can get back with the person that got you on here to explain the details on that. Now, what is Vibe Rides? I'm going to give you an overview. More than likely, you've heard a little bit about it right now. What they're going to do is they're really going to kind of create a different paradigm, I guess, a paradigm shift in the ride share industry. They're going to do different things to where you can get additional safety. You're going to be able to choose your vibe, is what they talked about. Okay, these are some of the things that will happen as this thing continues to evolve. You'll be able to choose the vehicles. You'll be able to, when you click on the app as a rider, you will be able to choose your vehicle, the temperature you want in the car when you get there, the music that's playing, whether you want to have a conversation, whether you want to use a route. I mean, they've really, really thought about some very, very unique ways to create this for a rider experience that's going to be very unique. The other thing that they really did hit home on a lot was the additional safety, and they have a thing out there they're calling girl power. That is, for women, obviously, you'll be able to choose whether you get a male or a female driver if you wanted to. It'll be able to track your route for other people can see your route. And they have these same features they'll have for the drivers, because there were women drivers that I picked that picked me and my wife up on the lift, and that's we asked them, hey, because it was like 2 o'clock in the morning with the one, or actually no, it's three. Yeah, it was 2:30 in the morning when they picked me up for the last one when we got off the cruise ship, and we were asking them questions and stuff like that, and does it get rough or anything like that, and so this is another feature that they're adding for driver safety as well. In addition to that, now I didn't know this, but you're getting a quick understanding that the rideshare industry is really, really growing very, very fast. It's fairly new, obviously, just like a lot of things are fairly new. I mean, there's a lot of things that didn't exist 10 years ago that are now multi-billion-dollar markets and companies. If you think about it, Netflix, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, most of these companies didn't even exist just a few years ago. Okay, so think about what's happening, and the rideshare industry is one of those things. I mean, obviously, we all know it started with Uber, and they were kind of first to market. But understand that there will always be people that come in and see, that blaze the trail, are the brand, but there will be people and companies that come in behind that are able to capitalize on this. Okay, that's what's going to happen. Now, going along with why this is such a good thing for our company, and hopefully I'll remember to say this multiple times so it sticks in your head, is one of the things that I was so excited about to see this quick launch of Vibe so quickly in our company's beginning stages was that it basically did what we said it was going to do, and not pigeonhole us into being branded as a travel company. Like I've said, a lot of you that are new on here, you haven't heard me say this, but what I wanted to tell you, and most of the time, is we are a technology company. Okay, we are a technology company. We will have multiple what they call verticals. Verticals would be just different services. So if you hear that phrase, that's what that means. We are a company that will have multiple verticals. Okay. Transportation is the perfect one to add into the travel space. That transportation industry is 1 trillion by itself already. Now there's a thing. Now what's cool is this is something I learned this weekend. I did not know what this meant, so I pulled it up off of Google and I put a little thing on top of it. There's a thing going on right now called the gig economy, because again, the markets have shifted. There's different things. People aren't making, long-term incomes in their jobs or careers like they used to before. And what gig economy means is, you can read that down there, a labor market characterized by the prevalence of short-term contracts or freelance work as opposed to permanent jobs. One of the what was really cool is I've only used maybe 2 lifts in my life. And Stacy and I took probably 10 this weekend. And what was neat was the fact that we got to see how experience at firsthand what it was. And every single person that we talked to about Vibe wanted information and wanted to sign up. Think about that for a second. When was the last time you had anything you'd ever done in any kind of business that 100% of the people said, "Yeah, I want more information," if they hadn't already heard from the other person? But what it was, what people are looking for other ways to supplement their income, and some people just choose to be drivers. Okay, now what's going to happen is this. Okay, so this is where the rubber meets the road. There's 3 ways to earn. And I'm going to walk you through setups. I'm going to walk you through some of this stuff tonight, so you'll know this. But the 3 ways to earn in the bottom left is somebody has the ability to earn when you drive. Okay, so somebody could just be a driver. Okay, you can earn when others drive, which what that means is you could recruit somebody to be a driver and earn off of that person driving. Or you also could earn when a customer rides. So let's recap that. A person could be a driver. Yes, they could obviously be an iBoomerang TSA/rep, but to keep it simple here, a person could just be a driver and earn money. You could refer a driver and make money off of all the drives that person does. And you could have the ability to earn when you refer a customer to ride. If you think about this, for instance, it's amazing. It's incredible the size of the potential here of what we have with the travel space. Now, for a driver, listen closely. I want you guys, please, please, please pay attention when I'm going through these slides, because I'm not going to repeat myself in most cases. 75% of the base fare for drivers after their first 50 rides each month is what they're going to get. The important thing about that is this is a bigger percentage than what they get with Uber, Lyft, or any of the other smaller ones that are out there. This is one of the things that they were very excited about having the ability to tap into. Okay. Now, this was a slide, and I don't know if you can see this very well. If you're watching on your phone, you probably can't. Computer, maybe. But let me see if I can pull my mouse up real quick. Okay. So if you look right here at the top, this is, let's say somebody took a $100 fare, how it would be broken down. Okay. Right here, you'll see if you were the driver, you would earn $75 off of that $100 fare. Okay. The person who referred the driver, this is what this slide means. The person who referred this driver would make $3.12 off of that $100 fare that the driver did. You always want to give the bulk of the money to the person doing it, right? But because you just referred the driver, this is off of just one fare that could be that day, right? And $3.25 goes into what they call the drive share pool, meaning all of that money right there portions and gets paid upline to people who have done, referred the driver referrer kind of thing. The same thing happens over here. The rest of the money, the rider, if somebody goes in and the rider that gets into this car, okay, the person who referred that rider will make $3.12 off of that $100 fare, and the other $3.12 would go into the rideshare pool. So if you add up the 3, and the 3, it's about 12.5% that's going in the upline is how that breaks down. So real quick, one more time, if you're the driver and somebody spent $100 on their drive, so they went maybe a few miles, you would make 75 bucks off the 100. The additional $12 of that, or 12.50 or whatever it is, goes 312 to the driver whoever referred the driver. The rest of it goes into the pool for the upline. Whoever referred the rider gets paid $3, and the rest of that ride money goes there too. Okay, so that's kind of how that breaks down. So 12.5% of every ride into the drive share goes into the drive share program. If you think about the significance and the amount of money that can be paid on this on a daily basis, that's the income that can be generated on a daily basis, it's hard to comprehend. Okay, there's people that right now, some of you who aggressively go after this, a year from now, you're just going to be dumbfounded at the money you're going to have coming in. Okay, now let's switch gears. We're going to switch gears. So those two concepts right there were basically a driver could make some money and you could make some money on that. One of the other things someone could do is a driver, what we could say, could participate, or a person, one of us could do the same thing. You could actually create a driver fleet. It's just what we're doing right now. Like we're building an organization of travel, customer gatherers kind of thing. You can also build your rider base. Okay. Now, if you think about this, so this is the slide, and remember, Vibe Overdrive Ambassador. So that's what they're going to call him, Vibe Overdrive Ambassador. If this was you as an overdrive ambassador, okay. So let's say you're watching this, because I know a few of you are. You're a current driver and you see this as an opportunity and you sign up as an overdrive ambassador, okay? And I'm going to show you how to do that in a second. And you went out and got 3 drivers and you had 10 riders that you had signed up. Understand, this is something really, really powerful. I'm glad I remembered this. Once you sign up a customer, regardless of where that customer travels throughout the world, anywhere that there's the ability to use a Vibe ride, if they become a customer or use it, you're getting paid. Think about that for a second. That'll keep you up at night, right? But as an example, if you got 3 drivers and 10 riders, and that duplicated 3 who got 3 who got 3 who got 3, 7 generations, that'd be over 3,000 drivers. That equaled, if each driver maintained 20 riders as just customers, that's 32,000 riders in your customer base. If the average ride was only $15, mine averaged about 15 bucks, and I went about 3 miles on my rides with tip and all that stuff, right? But let's say average $15. A driver that built an organization of this right here would earn an additional, above and beyond anything out, of that on the drivers and that on the riders, for a total of nearly $150,000 a year without them driving. But there's a lot of them that will probably continue to drive. Okay. So if you think about this, literally we rolled in another company kind of basically inside of our already amazing company. Okay. This is just in addition and on top of everything else that's out there. Okay. Now, if somebody, and I'm going to explain this to you, so I'm going to go slow, but if somebody just wanted to be an overdrive, what we call an overdrive ambassador, Vibe Overdrive Ambassador from scratch, they're not in iBoomerang. Okay. You just found them and they just said, hey, this looks good. I want to be, I want to join as an overdrive ambassador. They would pay the $49 business registration, and they would pay the $200 for the overdrive pack, which comes with, and I know you probably can't see that, comes with their background check, vehicle inspection, 75% of the distance and charges after the 50 drivers, and boomerangs for them to gather customers as well, and an entire Vibe fleet management system. Okay. So that's how that works. If somebody chose to just only become a Vibe Override ambassador. Now, most people do start, obviously, everybody starts at standby for the $49.95. You do get a customer site, 5 boomerangs, 25% commercial referral commissions as opposed to the 50%. And you do get a really cool I Decide presentation, which I recommend that you have somebody give you if you have not seen it. We do have these packages, and the benefits for the 250, 500, or 1,000 are that each one comes with more boomerangs. You get 10 with coach, 25 with business class, and 50 with the first class. The benefits of these is this is what you have to get customers. Okay, so very, very simple. Now I'm going to show you some examples. Actually, I'm going to show you exactly how it works by taking you into the back office here. So let's say somebody wanted to get a code because you found out they were going to Las Vegas. All you literally have to do is put their first name, last name, email, mobile phone. You pick an expiration date. That means if you give them a code and they don't activate it, you get the code back. You click generate code. You then send them to this website. They enter this code where they're going to put it. Now you see IGO, that is our travel platform, but one of our other verticals is actually a rideshare company called Vibe Rides, which we just purchased. And make sure you get details on that. That would be similar to like Uber and Lyft. Now, once somebody activates their code, they put in their name, email, and phone number, and basically they're good to go. Then they have full access to this backdoor platform where literally they can choose hotels, cruises, cars, flights, and so on, as I mentioned, and literally go in there and pick what they want. Now, what I'm going to show you kind of in winding this down is this is actually a slide from the Dream Weekend we had back in the December of 2019, where nearly 2,000 people showed up to see the launch of the new vertical of the rideshare company. Okay, we did launch in 2019 on September 1st and had nearly 6,000 people. And this is kind of the accomplishments in just a few months that we've actually been in business. There's over 39,000 travel bookings have been done, 11.2 million travel bookings total, you know, what the actual bookings were, travel savings. And then this is my favorite page because this is really breaks down the money that people are making. Over $3,500 in direct travel savings bonuses have been paid. 25,000 travel savings override bonuses have been paid, which means over 82,000 travel savings override bonuses are paid. So what you're looking at is the opportunity to make money on something people are already doing, already using, and it's completely free for them to use this model. So get back with the person that got you on here. Thanks for your time, but make sure if you got questions, they can get you set up. So thanks again and have a great one, and see you at the top.